Hello friends, how are you? I hope you all are doing good. So let's continue with our discussion on budgetary control. Very easy chapter, budgetary control. So before we start, subscribe to the channel, press the bell icon and hit the like button also, right? Do share with all your friends and all the important links. The social platform links are in the video description. If you want the handbooks, the website link is in the video description. Mobile app link is in the video description. So do check it out, right? Because some of the amazing courses, very useful courses coming up. Okay. So let's continue with the budgetary control. So what we have understood here is the first we discussed about what are the budgets. The budgets are the future planning on the basis of the past experiences. That is what is budgets, right? I've given you sufficient examples from your home also, that every month when your father is getting a salary, he will be preparing the budget, he will be preparing the estimates that what should be the expenditure for the upcoming month. And what is the basis of that planning? The basis is the previous month expenditure or the previous month experience, isn't it? So we were discussing about types of budget, right? In the last lecture, we started with types of budget. So in the types of budget, we have covered two types in the last lecture. The first one was fixed budget, right? Where the budget will not change according to the circumstances. The budget which is prepared is fixed, right? Remember the angry young father? That is the situation, right? The other one was the flexible budget, right? Flexible budget, where we prepare the budget for the different capacities of the operations. That if we are operating at 60%, then what will be the cost? If we are operating at 80%, what will be the cost? If we are operating at 100%, what will be the cost? So we are identifying the cost structure at the different levels of operations, right? That is a flexible budget. It helps in identifying that at which level we are earning the maximum profits, because we have to keep a check on the variable cost also. That is why we prepare a marginal cost statement, right? It is normally prepared in marginal statement, marginal income statement, I can say, right? Marginal income statement. So I have shown you the format also, that how it is to be prepared, right? So this was the format of the flexible budget. That at 60%, 80%, 90%, what is the sale price, total sales value, total variable cost contribution and fixed cost, right? So this is how a flexible budget is prepared. Now in this lecture, we are going to cover two budgets, functional budgets. The first one that we are going to discuss is sales budget. The first one that we are going to discuss is sales budget, right? Very easy. Whatever we are going to study in this lecture, very easy topics, nothing to worry about it, right? Okay, so when we talk about sales budget, we have to look at two things, right? This is planning related to the sales, right? If we talk about sales budget, this is planning related to sales, right? But this planning will involve two things, right? This planning will involve two things. One is the sales quantity, right? Sales quantity, and the other thing is sales value. That means you have to decide on two things. When we talk about the sales, you have to decide upon two things. You have to plan on the two things. One is how much quantity you want to sell, right? In a particular year, say you have to decide pre-hand that as per the demand in the market, what is the quantity that we should be selling. Another thing to be seen is what is the total sales value that we want to achieve, right? That on the basis of these two things, we decide a selling price also, or on the basis of selling price, we decide the sales value also. So these two things are to be seen. One, the quantity you want to manufacture and sell, right? Sales quantity you want to sell. The other thing is sales value that you want to achieve. Clear? Now, there are other decisions also to be taken when we talk about the sales budget. when we talk about the sales budget, there are other decisions also related to it, related to quantity and value only. Related to quantity and value only, we have to see the various decisions. Sir, what are those decisions? Right, I'll basically talk about three major decisions. The first decision is that which product you want to sell, right? Product wise. That is, say you have two products X and Y. Now you want to decide what should be the sales quantity of the product X and what should be the sales quantity of the product Y. For that, you will have to see the market demand also, right? Whether our product X is having more demand or product Y is having more demand. So a lot of other factors are to be considered, and we need to find out, we need to decide that which product, which quantity we need to sell. Say for product X, we say we need to sell 1000 units, and for product Y, 600 units, right? Depending upon the demand. The second is, we can also prepare the sales budget period wise. Period wise means in which period you want to make how many units, right? Say in the first quarter you want to sell 100 units, right? In the second quarter you are planning to sell 500 units, right? And so on. So this is period wise sales. That in which period, why it is relevant period wise. Say you are making a winter jacket, right? You are making the woolen jackets which are normally which we normally wear during the winter season. So if you are making those jackets, that is a very specific product now which we can wear only during the winters, isn't it? So that means you know that your sales will be during which quarter, right? During the third and the fourth quarter. Normally when the winter season is there, right? When the winter season is there, especially in the northern part of India, if we talk about, it's really a chill weather, right? It has already started. So it is a very specific type of a product that you are making, a winter jacket. So you know that your sales will be the highest in the third and the fourth quarter, isn't it? So you have to plan your sales accordingly. That in the third quarter, we can sell these many units. In the fourth quarter, we can sell these many units. So you have to plan the things accordingly, that in which period the demand for your product can be the highest and in which period it can be the lowest. So you can channelize your resources accordingly. Then after that, it can be area wise also. Right, area wise we can say how much of the quantity you want to sell in the north or how much of the quantity you want to sell in the south, right? And which product you want to sell in the north, which product you want to sell in the south. Say if you say the winter jackets you want to sell in the southern market, right? There won't be much of the market because there the weather is the same all throughout, right? There is no chill weather, right? It is not chilly winter season there, isn't it? So what is the fun of that? So you need to plan all those things, that which product you want to manufacture, in which period you want to manufacture, for which area you want to manufacture, right? Which area is your target audience. So whenever you are planning for the sales, you plan all these things. What is the quantity that I want to sell? What is the value that I want to achieve? But which product should I make? Which product will give me more contribution, right? In which period I should do more of the manufacturing process, in the first quarter or second quarter, in which area I can sell my product so that I get the maximum profitability. So all these things need the planning in the sales budget, right? So always remember, whenever we talk about the sales budget, plan for the two things. One is sales quantity, another one is sales value, right? And these can be product wise, period wise, area wise, anything like that, right? Whatever is your part of the planning. Okay. Now let's see the format for the sales budget. Sample format only. Sales budget, right? This is how the sales budget can be prepared. That period wise, in the first quarter, product A, how many units you will sell, at what rate you will sell, and what is the amount. So this is quantity and this is value. As I told you, we are focusing on two things. One is the sales quantity, another one is the sales value. So we decide in the first quarter how many units of the product A we are going to sell, how many units of the product B we are going to sell. Similarly, in the second quarter, product A, product B, third quarter, product A, fourth quarter, product A, product B, units, rate and amount. The same thing we can do area wise also, right? The same thing we can do for the area wise also, that in the first quarter in the northern region, how many units of product A and product B, in the southern region, how many units of the product A, product B we can do. So it can be, the sales budget, we can make it according to the information that is given in the question, right? We'll see. Don't worry. We'll do a question on this where we will be doing it area wise also. Clear? So this is the base sample format of the sales budget. Basically, you need to take the period or the area whichever is given, then product, what is the number of units, quantity that you are going to sell for that product, at what rate you are going to sell, what is the total amount that you are planning to fetch from that product, right? Now let's do a practical problem. Question number 2. PCT Limited provides you the following figures for the year 1. Product A and product B sales are given in units. First quarter 1250 and 1600, in the second quarter 2950 and 800, third quarter, fourth quarter. Selling price per unit is 24 and 50, right? 24 and 50. Target for the year 2, sales quantity will increase or decrease, right? Sales quantity will increase or decrease by 20% and 25%, right? In the bracket means decrease. Sales quantity for the product A will decrease and for product B it will increase. Selling price will increase for the product A and decrease for the product B, right? Further it says the sales area. Now the sales area is there. Period wise, all the quarters, right? Now the sales area X, Y and Z respectively produce 10%, 20% and 70% of the product A sales and 70, 20, 10% of the product B sales. Prepare the sales budget for the year 2. Sales budget, now we can prepare it time wise, that is quarter 1, quarter 2, right? And also for the area wise, that is X, Y and Z, right? So we need to prepare it for the year 2. Some of the targets are given for the year 2. Considering this, you have to prepare the budget, right? Considering the targets for this year, you have to prepare the budgets. He says, now let's talk about the quantity first. Sales quantity. In the first quarter, if you are selling 20-50 units in this particular year, in the next year, he says there will be a 20% decrease in the quantity. That means next year, whatever you will be selling is 1250 minus 20%. 1000 units you are going to sell, right? Product A, product B, quarter wise, first, second, third and fourth quarter. Number of units, 1000, right? Because there is a 20% decrease in the quantity, right? So 20%, whatever the quantity is given for product A, 2950, 27, 3100 minus 20%. So all this is minus 20%, right? Coming to the rate, the existing rate is 24 rupees. Now in the second year, there will be an increase of 25% in the price of this product A, right? So this price will come out to be 30 rupees, right? So amount, clear? Units, rate, amount, simple. For the product B, what will happen for the product B, sir? The sales quantity will increase by 25%. This will be plus 25%, plus 25%. 1000 plus 25%, right? Plus 25%. Whereas the selling price, it will reduce by 20%. This will be minus 20% is equal to 40 rupees, right? So units, 1600 plus 25%, 2000, 1000, 1250, 750. Amount, this rate is 50 rupees reduced by 20%, 40, 40, 40. So amount you get. Any doubts? Right? This is how the sales budget has been prepared in quantity also, in value also, quarter wise. Product and quarter wise. Now we are going to make it product, period and area wise. Right? We are going to incorporate all the three things. One, the product. Second thing, the period, and the third thing, the areas also, right? So sales budget in the first quarter. Now in the first quarter, we are saying that how much of the sales, total sales to be done is 30,000 rupees, right? 30,000 in the first quarter, product A, right? How much of 30,000 will be done by X, Y and Z? It is given 10, 20 and 70%, right? So 10% of the total, 10% of this 10%, 20%, right? And the remaining 70%. Clear? Product A, first quarter, total sales 30,000 units. Out of that, 3,000 will be done by X, 6,000 to be done by Y, and 21,000 to be done by Z. Similarly, for the second quarter, total sales 70,800, 70,800, right? 10%, right? 20% and 70%. Similarly, for third and fourth quarter. Clear? Now coming to product B. In the first quarter, total sales 80,000, 80,000. Now what about the area wise? Area wise it says 70% for X, 20% for Y and 10% for Z. So this one and this one, right? According to the percentages given, 70, 20, 10. This is 70%, this is 20% and this is 10%. Clear? In the second quarter, for product B, 40,000, 40,000, again 70%, 20% and 10%. So this is how the product, quarter, period that is, and the area wise sales budget can be prepared. Clear? So this is all about the sales budget. The rest will depend upon, see, it will be simple like this only. The rest will depend upon the question that is available, right? So we are done with the sales budget. The next budget that we have to discuss is production budget. Production budget. Very important. Production budget is almost asked in most of the questions, right? Just listen to it very carefully. Now, okay, discussing about production budget, sir. Sir, what is a production budget? Try to understand. Whenever we say we want to produce a product, why you want to produce a product? I say that I want to manufacture a particular product, but the first question is why I want to manufacture that product. Sir, I want to sell that product. That's why I want to manufacture it. Isn't it? I want to sell that product. That is why I want to manufacture that product. Or no? Correct, na? Right, sir? That means whenever you have to produce a product, the first thing that you will have to see is what is the quantity that you want to sell. According to that, you will produce. Say you want to sell sales quantity. Say you want to sell 1,000 units, right? Now, if you are ignorant of this fact, if you do not want to consider the sales quantity and you manufacture 5,000 units, what will happen, sir? There will be an idle inventory of 4,000 units. What will happen, sir? It's okay. It will. We will keep that in the godown, sell it next year. Now, there are two things. One is the carrying cost will increase, right? Obviously, you will be paying the godown rent extra for those 4,000 units. It will be occupying the extra space. That space can be utilized for some other thing. Second is obsolescence loss. There is every possibility that the material, the 4,000 units might get spoiled because of rains, because of anything. There is a possibility, isn't it? So whenever you are producing a product, the first thing that you need is that what is the quantity that you want to sell, right? What is the quantity that you want to sell? This is the first consideration that you have to see. Accordingly, you will manufacture the product. If you want to sell 1,000 units, you will manufacture 1,000 units. Isn't it? So, you will see this first thing, sales 1,000 units. Okay, now you want to sell 1,000 units. First, you will check, is there any opening inventory lying in the godown? Yes, sir. 10 units are already lying in the godown. Opening inventory, right? Opening inventory. Sir, 10 units are already there in the godown, sir. If 10 units are already lying in the godown, you want to sell 1,000 units. How many units you will manufacture, sir? How many units you will manufacture? You will manufacture 990 units only. Right? You will subtract opening inventory because this is already there. We will manufacture 990 more. We can sell 1,000, no issues. Right? But then I say that I want to keep some closing inventory also. I want to keep some inventory in the godown if you want to sell 1000 units, right, why are you keeping an extra inventory? I say, okay, it's okay to keep 20 units because I don't know if somewhere some client might come, right, or I have to give, if I am making something very special, I can gift it to my friends, relatives, so I want to keep a closing inventory of 20. So what is the total? If I want to keep the closing inventory of 20, that means I will have to manufacture 1010 units. Add closing inventory, right? This is the production units. This is the production units. So in the production budget, we try to find out the number of units that we want to manufacture, and it is dependent upon three things. One is the sales quantity, the quantity that we want to sell. The second is the opening inventory that is already lying in the godown, we will subtract it, plus the closing inventory, if any, you want to keep. Right? Accordingly, your production units will be manufactured. So in this case, we will manufacture 1010 units, where 20 units will be kept as closing inventory and rest of the units we will sell out. Okay. Now in the production budget also, we have to see the various things, right? What is to be produced, when it is to be produced, where it is to be produced. So if we talk about the production budget, we have to plan a few things, right? What are those things that we need to plan? Again, I'll divide it into three parts. That the first thing that we need to plan is what is to be produced, what, when, and where. What is to be produced means product X or product Y. That what is the quantity of the product X I should be producing, what is the quantity of the product Y I should be producing, and this will solely depend upon the sales quantity, right? What is the quantity that I want to sell for the product X or product Y, and what is the closing inventory I want to keep, what is the opening inventory that is already lying with me. So accordingly, I will decide the quantities of the product X and product Y to be manufactured, right? And it will depend upon the demand also. What is the market demand? Accordingly, obviously, this market demand factor will be considered in the sales budget also, right? After that, when it is to be produced, in which quarter, say in quarter 1 or quarter 2 or quarter 3 or quarter 4, in which of the quarter my demand will be more, so I have to plan my production. Say you want to make sales in the quarter 3, right? So you will have to produce in the quarter 1 and quarter 2, only then you will be able to sell in the quarter 3 now, isn't it? You will have to manufacture before the sales, or no? Obviously, if you will manufacture in quarter 1 and quarter 2, only then you will be able to sell the product in quarter 3. So again, it is dependent upon the sales, right? Where it is to be manufactured, where means if you are running a factory having the multiple plants, say one plant you have in Delhi, another plant you have in Chennai, another plant you have in Gujarat, another plant you have in West Bengal, right? So in which of the plant you want to manufacture? Say you are manufacturing a product mainly catering to the southern region of India, right? If you are manufacturing such a product, then obviously whatever that product, you will try to manufacture more of it in the southern plant, right? Say you have a plant in Tamil Nadu, you will try to manufacture more of it in the Tamil Nadu. If you will manufacture the product in Delhi and then you will try to send it in Tamil Nadu, obviously there will be a transportation cost. You will try to cut on your cost, isn't it? So in which plant 1 you want to manufacture, right? Plant 2 you want to manufacture, plant 3 you want to manufacture. So where you want to manufacture, where your transportation cost will be minimum, or various other factors are there, where the labor is cheap, where the raw material is easily accessible, easily available, we will manufacture in that area. So there are a lot of factors which are to be considered while manufacturing the product. So basically what we have to see is that what is the quantity that we want to manufacture, dependent upon three factors. One is the sales quantity, another one opening inventory, and the closing inventory that you want to keep, right? Any doubts in this thing? I hope it is clear. Very simple production budget. Yes, very often asked. Let's see the format now. one second. Let's see the format for the production budget. Budgeted sales for product X and product Y. Add closing stock that you want to keep, right? This is the sales quantity. This is the closing stock. Obviously, this will give you the total number of units to be produced, right? Less if there is any opening stock already lying, we will subtract it, because why to keep that extra production? That will give you the budgeted production, right? This is in quantity only. Obviously, sir, production is in quantity only. What is the quantity that you want to produce, right? So this is the format for production budget. Let's see a question now. PCT Limited provides you the following information. Sales in units as per the sales budget, product A and product B. Quarter 1, 1000 and 2000, second quarter, third quarter and fourth quarter. This is the sales in given, right, in units. Stock position as on 1st of January 2014, right? That is, this is your opening. Percentage of the first quarter 2014 sales. Percentage of this, right? 20% and 100% of this is lying as the opening stock. Stock position ending first, second and third quarter. Percentage of the next quarter sale. What will be the closing stock of the first quarter? It will be 50% of the sale of the next quarter. Obviously, that's why I told you that if you want to manufacture a product, right, if you want to sell 1000 units in the next quarter, you will have to produce some part of it at least in the quarter before that. Obviously, sir, only then if nothing is manufactured, then how will you sell in that quarter, isn't it? So percentage of the next quarter's sale. The stock position as on 31st of December, that is the absolute closing after all the 4 quarters, 2200 and 1000. Prepare the production budget for the year 2014, right? Let's see, this is the production budget for year. Product A, first quarter, second, third and fourth quarter. Product B, first, second, third and fourth quarter. Budgeted sales. Budgeted sales is 1000, 2360, 2160 and 2480. So all this is given in the question. All this is given in the question. Straightforward. Nothing to be worried about it, right? Straightforward, given in the question. Add closing stock. Now how the closing stock is to be calculated? For the first 3 quarters, it is 50% of the next quarter sale, right? So if you want to calculate the closing stock of the first quarter, it will be 50% of the next quarter sale. That is the second quarter, 50%. In the second quarter, 50% of this. In the third quarter, 50% of this. Sir, what about the fourth quarter? Fourth quarter, it is given to you 2200 is the closing stock. 2200 given, right? Less opening stock. What is opening stock? Opening stock is 20%, right? 20% of the first quarter of 2014 sales. So for the first quarter, 20% of this. Sir, for the second, third and fourth quarter, sir, the closing of first quarter will become the opening of the second quarter, isn't it? Right? The closing of the second quarter will become the opening of the next quarter. This will become the opening of the fourth quarter. Clear? So you will get the units to be produced. Similarly, for the product B, right, the sale units, we know closing stock is said to be again 50% for the first 3 quarters, right? For the first 3 quarters, it is 50% of the next year, 50%, right? 50% of this, 50% of this. What about the fourth quarter? It is given as it is 1000. This is given in the question, right? What about the opening, sir? Opening is 100% of the this, 100%. After that, whatever is the closing of first quarter, it will become the opening of the second quarter. The closing of the second quarter will become the opening of the third quarter. The closing of the third quarter will become the opening of the fourth quarter. So this is how you will get the 4 quarter wise production units, right? Now, in the institute mat only, we have a variety of questions in which the production budget is to be prepared, right? With a little twist. The basic formats remain the same. The sales at closing stock less opening stock. The only thing is the information is to be manipulated in some different ways, right? That is why first preference, give it to ICI material, and we already have a course on ICI material where we are covering each and every question of the ICI material. For May 22 students in English language, it is already available on the mobile app, right? So you can go for that updated module as per May 2022, and hopefully for November 22 also the same module may be used, right? For the future attempts, we will keep on updating the courses on the mobile app. Okay, so that is one of the must to do courses, because there are some really good questions, and we always say give preference to the ICAI MAT, right? There are around I think 230-40 questions in the ICAI material. So give preference to that. Nothing like ICAI material, isn't it? So this is about the production budget. I hope it is clear. So we have done two budgets today. One is the sales budget. Another one is the production budget, right? So in the next lecture, we will continue with these functional budgets. We will do the plant utilization budget, then raw material consumption budget. So a lot of budgets to be, done one by one. We'll keep on doing very easy budgets. Some of the budgets are very easy. Just we'll go through the formats, try to understand what they want to say, right? So see you guys in the next lecture. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, keep sharing, keep studying. Thank you so much.